Hi and welcome to this video where I wanted to share a couple of tips on how to process specifically anger. I don't know about you, but throughout my pelvic healing journey, I have been feeling a lot of anger. Like anger was the foundation, I think. So when I had given birth the first time and throughout the first year, when I went back to the healthcare system and different doctors and physiotherapists and no one could really help me, I had like the frustration and the build-up, and also when thinking about how the midwife treated me during the giving birth process, which, it took a few years to really sort out what really happened and how it affected me negatively. But throughout these years, like 5.5 years ago, since I gave birth the first time, anger has been a huge component. I've been to a retreat called Path of Love, which is amazing, and like anger was my theme. I was the angry person. We were a group of people who all processed different traumas and emotions, and I was just so angry all the time. And I can laugh at it more now because I have more distance. But also 2 ways that I process this at home. And I just want to say that anger is also such a foundational feeling for us. And especially among women, my experience at least is that women don't really think that they are angry. Women tend to go to emotions such as sadness, grief, maybe irritation could be there, but it's more like softer emotions. But I want to encourage you to see if you can, if that actually the source of that is anger, because sometimes it is. So sometimes when I was really, really sad, I could start to identify that, no, I just feel so fucking stuck and I need to express this. Like I need to get it out of my system. And anger is actually, it's so nice to get out of your system. So I highly recommend that you try any of the tips that I am going to give. But of course it has to be authentic. If you don't feel angry, I don't think it will be so helpful. So for the 2 different options here, we will use a tool, which is a pillow. So when you feel angry, also another feeling I was experiencing was panicking. And sometimes the source of that was also anger. But if I experienced this and it was really overwhelming, and especially, if I was at home, I've never done this anywhere else. So it's good if you're in a safe space and you can close the door. Maybe the bedroom door would be a good option. And then you put the pillow on the bed and you just hit as hard as you can. Like you're gonna get yourself physically exhausted by this exercise. So you go ahead, if you have many pillows, you can just bang them, all of them, just, put them up against like the wall behind the bed, or if you want a different angle, you could just, also just take your hands on the bed and really bang hard, hit hard. And if you can, if no one's at home and if you feel comfortable, you can also scream here. So that's tip number one of releasing anger. This is gonna feel so nice afterwards. And if you start to cry out of it, just let that out, just sit and cry. If you then feel like, you want to journal or just lie peacefully in the bed or sofa or wherever you are, on the floor. Sometimes it's really nice on the floor, like just cuddling up into yourself. When you have processed something emotionally, usually you feel an emptiness that is quite nice. So if you can allow yourself to just be there. That's amazing. And this doesn't have to take so much time. Like, you just go ahead and do the anger exercise for as long as you can till you kind of just fall down on whatever surface, and then you just stay there and you are still and quiet. And then if something arises within you that you want to journal, or maybe you just want to go on with your day, whatever. So that's the first exercise. Now, if you can't scream and hit at the same time, I recommend you to take a pillow, just press the pillow toward your face as hard as you can and scream like the loudest you can. So you take a deep breath and then just get it out, like really scream, and do this again as many times as you need to really like clear your system out. This will also feel super nice. And of course you can do a combination of the two. So this has helped me a lot. I'm doing it less and less intensely. When I was at the peak of my anger, like anything my husband did, anything I was facing throughout the day that didn't go my way, because I already felt so many things didn't go my way, I kind of just snapped and I just went into the bedroom, closed the door and did this. So you can definitely do it every day, many times of a day if you wish to. And this will awaken some creativity in you. Anger is deeply connected to creativity. So if you can start to identify where you are angry, if you are a person who never experience anger, maybe you can even trigger yourself to experience it. So if you think about, how certain people let you down, or how you felt super lonely at some time and you feel more like a victim, that's also connected to anger. So you could just contemplate a bit on that, and it's not that we want to be angry on someone necessarily. Maybe we are, that's fine too. But if you can just identify that anger in you, that you were actually left alone, no one took care of you, no one, they didn't care at all, even though you had a lot of pain, or you've been suffering for so long, whatever it is. So I would definitely recommend, and to trigger this, you could also just journal about it. Write about whatever situation you have been feeling more like a victim, and you write about it, and just that might trigger the feeling of anger. That's it for today. I hope you can use this tool as soon as possible because it's so effective. Good luck.